Thank you, Ms. Heim, and the Neshannock High School Concert Band. At this time, if we can rise, please, for the playing of our national anthem and Neshannock High School alma mater. Thank you once again. You may be seated. Board of Education, administration, faculty, staff, well-wishers, and class of 2024, it gives me the utmost pride to welcome you to Neshannock High School's 65th Commencement Ceremony. Joining us tonight is Matthew Cusick, a distinguished graduate of the class of 2002. A little bit about him in a moment. This is the culminating event to an absolutely fantastic year and meaningful journey. You are not sitting here by accident. You are here tonight because of a tremendous investment, personally and by those who know you best, support you, have taught you, and love you. Tonight I draw inspiration from an Irish dramatist and writer, W.B. Yeats, and from the most famous 1980s high school senior, Ferris Bueller. Believe it or not, these two gentlemen are connected. As I was leafing through the 2002 Lance, our speaker's senior yearbook, I happened upon the class quote. The quote itself is actually about 40 years old, but timeless all the same. If you haven't seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, take a couple hours and pull it up on Netflix. It's about the life lessons learned when Ferris and his two closest friends cut school. During the course of a very eventful skip day, now admittedly I have not seen this movie in a couple decades, but I do distinctly recall that it was a single skip day. Ferris looks directly into the eye of the camera and speaks with conviction, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it." Ferris was very wise for his age. I will be celebrating, or perhaps a better word might be observing, a milestone birthday next month. And you'll find these times in your life to be punctuated with deep introspection and a little dose of nostalgia. So believe me when I tell you to heed Ferris's advice. Life does move at warp speed, and the images can be blurry. So slow down, focus your lens, and snap a photo so the moment is not lost. Just breathe it in. For those of you waiting for a little more literary oomph, W.B. Yeats is quoted imparting knowledge of a similar theme and equally impactful, though his language is a bit more flowery. He writes, "The world is full of magic things, patiently waiting for your senses to grow sharper." Simply stated, appreciation comes in its own time, place, and pace. Your senses are patiently waiting for you to grow into them. So whether you're on Team Bueller or Team Yates, their words impart an important message. Life is intended to be experienced and requires a deep investment to be lived. So congratulations and best wishes, class of 2024. The best is yet to come. And never forget, you are a Lancer now and forever. Thank you. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome back Matthew Cusick, a graduate of the class of 2002. A little background information regarding the process we used to select a speaker. This year, we presented the officers of the senior class with a number of anonymous biographies and asked them to review them, to debrief, and to select a candidate for the graduation ceremony. Their conversations about the candidates were impressive and insightful, and their selection joins us tonight. Matthew and his family, wife Franzi, and sons Joey and Jack, reside in Palo Alto, California, where Matthew works in the field of psychology as a therapist and clinician. Matt's path to his profession was non-traditional. He tells me that this blessed him with a unique perspective and a deep compassion for life's ups and downs. Matt's lived experiences include those of a high school wellness counselor in California, navigating beyond a failed startup in Germany, living as an immigrant in Switzerland, working as a Facebook manager in Palo Alto and Dublin, Ireland, studying in Moscow, and competing as a student athlete at Stanford University. As a corporate leader, Matt built Facebook's first international office in Dublin, Ireland, growing it from Matt to 240 employees. Now, as a therapist, he has worked with executives, athletes, artists, teachers, parents, teens, and families. Matt's a pretty humble fella, so I had to dig a little deeper in the 2002 Lance. During Matt's time as a Neshannock Lancer, he earned the designation as a National Merit Scholar, served as president of Student Council and National Honor Society, played tennis, soccer, and baseball, and performed in our school musicals. His peers voted him busiest, most likely to succeed, and the dreaded curve destroyer. There's always one in every class. It wasn't me. Please join me in giving a warm Neshannock welcome and homecoming to Matthew Cusick, class of 2002.
It's an honor to be here and very nice to be back. So families, community members, educators, graduates, we're here to celebrate you, and we're here to celebrate this community that has formed you. But our success is never entirely our own. So I'd like everyone here, educators, community members included, to maybe take a few seconds and think about 2 or 3 people who really greatly shaped your high school career, maybe 2 or 3 people outside of your home. I'll do the same. Some of them are here. And once you have those names in mind, I would push you, if you can, to personally thank them, or if you're not seeing them tonight, to send a text message. That appreciation, that interconnectedness is a theme that I'll bring up in my speech. So I sat there about 22 years ago, and I've come back to give you some advice. So my biggest advice, having lived in many different countries and in cultures, is that achievement, success, admiration, all of those things are greatly overrated. This is not a how-to speech on how to get those things. If those things happen, so be it, but it's nothing worth aiming for. But what is worth aiming for? Well, I'd like to start this speech with a bit of a pop quiz. Sorry, educators, you can also partake. So in psychology, we don't just study pathology, people who aren't doing well. For about 20 years, we've been doing positive psychology, studying those who are thriving. And we know that in 20 years' time, there's one variable that will be the biggest indicator as to whether you graduates are healthy and happy. Put your hand up if you believe that that variable is having a lot of money. Anybody? How about having a lot of power? No. How about being extremely well-liked? Close. How about having one friend, just one, who you could call at 2:30 in the morning crying? Bingo. That's it. It's the one friend. Having one friend that we can be vulnerable with, that we can be open with, is very different than having 1,000 followers. Getting a like on a photo where you look good is very, very different than having a bad angle on your phone on a phone call and the person's still enjoying who that they're talking with. Even myself, I struggle with this, and I struggled more when I was younger. It's pretty easy to love ourselves when we're at our best. It's kind of difficult to like ourselves when we're a mediocre version of ourselves. And it's sometimes extremely difficult to even accept ourselves when we're just not meeting our standards, when we're having a bad day, a bad week, and a bad month. And what I've found in my experience, and also that as a psychotherapist, is that being able to share some of our weaknesses, some things about ourselves that we don't necessarily like or embarrassed about, with someone who still loves and cares for us, is just incredibly freeing. And through the ups and downs of life, having that support is what really keeps us from falling down the deep end. So these friendships are incredibly important, but they need to be reciprocal. I always say, this is a friendship. Now, all friendships will have stages where maybe you're helping out a little bit more, but if it's more than a year where there's not reciprocity, still have a relationship, but that's more of a mentee-mentor relationship. That's more of a project relationship. That's not a friendship. The same thing goes as an athlete, having buddies. If I have buddies that I'm going through life with that I'm not really connected to, not being vulnerable with, that's a blast as long as I have that one friend. But I don't want to be using the word friend to describe somebody who's a buddy. And having the buddy is not going to make the big difference in terms of long-term health and happiness. So no one's perfect, especially our balance between self and other, and our boundaries are never perfect when we're 18 years old. So I'd push all you graduates in the crowd there to get to know yourself pretty well and to understand whether you're the type of person who maybe gives too much and needs to move the needle a little bit, to put yourself first a little bit more, and to be open a bit to receiving support from others. Or maybe you're the type of person who is a little bit self-focused and could use a bit of perspective and connection by helping others a little bit more. Just move the needle a little bit, and it'll help you be very balanced. Parents, this goes for you. The project of childhood is a lot of times us taking care of our children. And it's very important we start to let go of that power dynamic and allow our children to give us some love and support. It's something that allows us to stay close with them and empowers them to take up more and more space. So that's the number one thing about friendship. It helps us flourish. So for the second most important thing in terms of living a good life, we found that anyone who can answer this question with a yes is pretty well set up for living a good life, for this deeper version of thriving, not traditional success. The question is, my life has a purpose. Success is fleeting and fragile, but purpose is robust. It's okay not to have purpose right now, especially for the younger people here in this room. Give it some time, be playful with it. It's very important that you come to your answer to purpose, not the answer to the universe, but we all need to have our own answer. As children, the hopes and dreams of others, the influence of society always weighs on us. And it's very important in the next 4 years of your life to find more and more your own voice and your own purpose. As Nietzsche says, if we know the why that we're doing something, if we know our purpose, we can suffer any sort of how. If that purpose connects us to something larger, our family, our friends, our beliefs, other human beings, we're just very robust and empowered than when we're just trying to go from victory to personal victory. You know, being a teenager has always invoked feelings of being insecure, sometimes confused or inadequate. I think it's even more so with social media. You know, I was a part of building that. Purpose can be a great antidote to that. There's many ways, many paths to fulfill our purpose in life. It's not about winning. It's about following our own path. It's not about being better than anybody else. There's so many different ways to contribute if we can focus on purpose. So the third thing that I'll talk about after close friends and exploring purpose, it seems relatively simplistic, and it was touched upon with Ferris Bueller, is engaging in life. You know, as a young person, it's pretty fun to engage in life. Right now, I hope that you're very serious about your celebrations today. But we need to engage in the things that give us flow and give us energy. That daily momentum keeps things moving forward. Be careful not to do the opposite of engagement. And the opposite of engagement is something that I see destroying a lot of people's lives and family. The opposite is escapism. And its most extreme form, escapism, is addiction. So the difference between taking a break and doing something that's escapist is, let's say I had a rough day, I get home late, I watch some stupid show on Netflix. I go to bed, that's a break. I feel better, I did something mindless. The next day, I'm good to go, I can work and take care of my family. But every once in a while, I might watch the second show on Netflix, and the third, and the fourth. And then by the time I go to bed, I get a few hours sleep before the baby wakes up, I am not better prepared to deal with the issues in my life. There might have also been some feelings from the therapy sessions I was in, etc., that I didn't process because I just wanted to veg out. If that happens for a night, for a week, no big deal. But if I keep doing that and not preparing myself to face the problems in my life, not preparing myself to focus on the things that are more important to me, like my family, like my work, then sooner or later, that escapism starts to become an addiction. It can be addiction to online things, it can be substances. It's just using any sort of behavior to escape what's really going on internally. And what we say a lot of times when we're dealing with alcoholics or other addicts, that emotionally they are the age where they started using the substance in an addictive way. And when I'm talking with clients who aren't sure whether they're addicted to something, what I normally say is this. If you're using a substance or going home and watching Netflix or whatever your proclivity is, and you're totally stoked about it, you're totally engaged, then you're not addicted to it. But if you're using something just to get by, just to feel okay, that's probably a red flag that you're addicted. So, for my last topic, let me go straight to achievement culture. Moved back to America about 2 years ago after spending many years in Europe. The culture of success here, the gospel of prosperity, especially in Palo Alto, is very acute. And from my point of view, it is very dangerous, this water that we swim in. I'm not sure that it's pointing us in the best direction. Now, achievement is actually number 5 on something that makes a good life. I was a bit surprised about that. It's, way below everything else. But the more I read about it, these little and big wins really help us keep our momentum. But I'd highly recommend that you don't focus on trying to be number 1 or even to hit a certain level in whatever your pursuit is. That's kind of external, that creates anxiety, that creates comparison. If you move it internally and you can try to reach your limit, that moves it internally, the anxiety goes away, we feel much more empowered. It's the concept of mastery. A master isn't the greatest artist of all time. It's an artist that has reached their limit. They've tried so hard that they're as good as they possibly can be, even if they're only a little bit better than mediocre. So, in conclusion, congrats, graduates, and congrats to everybody here whose love and care has brought you to where you are and who you are at the end of your childhood, on the cusp of adulthood. We're here to celebrate you, your families, and this community. So, my advice, again, don't focus on achievement. Focus on close relationships, those very close relationships. Focus on building purpose that is greater than yourself. And lastly, I know this isn't hard for young people, engage in life as much as you possibly can. Engage in its joys, its disappointments, and even its bittersweet moments, like graduating high school. Congrats.
At this time, I welcome to the podium Chloe Maria Malouf, your class salutatorian.
Good evening, faculty, families, and class of 2024. My name is Chloe Malouf, and I am the salutatorian of this year's graduating class at Neshannock. It was only about 3 weeks ago that I found out I had to make this speech, and it was only about a week ago that I found out it had to be 5 to 7 minutes in length. So, given this information, I did what any high school senior would do, pushed it off until the last minute. And then, when it came down to the last minute, I Googled best high school graduation speeches and started watching videos of numerous seniors addressing their classes. These ranged in mood from funny and casual to somber and nostalgic and shockingly to angry and bitter, but every speech I saw had one thing in common. They all talked about the future ahead of every bright and hopeful high school graduate sitting in the audience. So, let's embark on this journey together for the next few minutes. To begin, I'd like to start with an excerpt from Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. Now, I love this excerpt because I feel like it sums up this day perfectly, except for one thing. Dr. Seuss wrote, "You're on your own," but if you take a look in front of you, beside you, or behind you, you will see your fellow classmates who will all be going on the same journey as you. All of us are being thrown into the greatly intimidating real world, but we are going together. The distance that will be put between us, whether it be 1 mile or 3,000, does not change the fact that we can support one another. Don't become a stranger or a memory in my mind, since it is this support and bond between us that will carry us through these next few years adjusting to our new lives. I think we can all agree that we are quite a close class. I know I've heard graduated students say it, teachers say it, and underclassmen say it. I think this comfort and closeness are partly due to the fact that we have such a small grade, a class of 77 compared to last year's 100-something. But I feel like I speak for all of us when I say that we are a family and we have grown up together. And that makes it all the more difficult to say our goodbyes and assimilate into the real world. With that, I'd like to introduce another quote from the same Dr. Seuss poem. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along, you'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. This quote is quite optimistic and uplifting. I'm sure many of you are excited about your next steps, as am I, but I feel that I'd be remiss to say that I'm not also nervous. Although I feel ready to move on from Neshannock, I'm unsure if I feel ready to navigate all the obstacles headed my way. I'm not sure how to live in a big city or handle college classes. I'm not sure if I'll make the right friends on campus or if my grades will hold up. Going into a world of unknowns is something that scares me, and I'm sure also scares some of you. Things will go wrong. The world isn't perfect after all, and people also aren't perfect. So mistakes are bound to happen. There will be times you feel like you're fighting a losing battle. As Dr. Seuss said, I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too, games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. However difficult and trying these challenges are, it is imperative that you do choose to go on. I am confident that each and every one of you has the ability to persevere and move past mistakes or losses. I mean, we've made it through some extremely daunting obstacles, like a global pandemic and hybrid learning, or things like Mr. Cavalier's 10th grade English class and the Keystones. So ensure you strive for your goals. Nothing worth having ever comes easily, so do not waver in pursuit of your dreams. Whether those be to become an educator, a doctor, or an artist, your goals are worth pursuing, and your impact on this world is only bound by yourself. Take the energy you use, putting limits on what you can achieve, and instead use them to actually achieve your goals. Maybe this will take 2 years, or maybe it will take 20, but promise me that you will continue to dedicate yourself to achieving excellence wherever life takes you. And so, I'll leave you with my last and favorite excerpt. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up to your problems, whatever they are. Be sure when you step with great care and tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Kid, you'll move mountains. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You deserve the world, and I wish you the best of luck on this journey we call life. I cannot wait to see all the places you'll go. Thank you. And now it is my honor to introduce your valedictorian, Caitlin Ann Fries.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start off by thanking everyone that's here today. First, I want to thank the school administration and board members. Your commitment to providing a quality education at Neshannock has prepared us as we move on to the next steps of our lives. Second, I want to express my appreciation to the incredibly dedicated teachers here at Neshannock. Your unwavering support, encouragement, and guidance have been instrumental in shaping our academic journey. You not only have given us knowledge, but has also instilled in us a passion for learning and a commitment to excellence that will help us far beyond high school and even college. Thirdly, to all of our families, thank you for your unconditional love and support. We are very grateful for all the sacrifices you've made to ensure we had a quality education and a great high school experience. I would also like to give special shout outs to Ms. Welker and Ms. Flannery for making these past couple weeks very special for all of us seniors. You worked hard to organize and plan all of our senior events and activities and made them extremely memorable for us. And I can't leave out Ms. D. Without her, I don't think half people here would be able to graduate. Ms. D, I hope you know how much we appreciate the countless hours you spent tracking us down to turn our graduation projects in, and your complete devotion to each and every student's needs. And lastly, to the class of 2024, thank you for all of the incredible memories. From kindergarten to senior year, we've been through it all. We have spent so much time together that we are basically all family, and half of us probably are, knowing the family ties in Lawrence County. In honor of this special year for us, 2024, I wanted to share 24 unforgettable memories from our time here at Neshannock. First, the dino wars we had at recess in elementary school, trying to lose your teeth at school or have Miss Patton pull them so you can get a tooth container from the nurse. Nick Butchie singing King of the High Seas in our spring concert. Huddling together during recess in the winter. The carnivals with the fish prizes and Velcro walls. The Olympics where we sang and danced the YMCA on the bleachers. Spending an entire day making a political debate with Miss Shear in 4th grade. A bird flying into Mr. Doherty's class in 5th grade. Having quiet lunches with Mrs. Hart. Jackson getting a Jolly Rancher stuck in his mouth in 6th grade. And then finding out we had 2 weeks off of school for COVID, which soon turned into months off of school. Getting yelled at for having our masks down in school. Only going to school every other day for a while. Having video calls with Miss Moss and Ruby the Mini Poodle. Roger's Julius Caesar recitation in Mr. Cav's 10th grade English class. Senora Osretkar standing in front of her fan every day. The mouse in Senora's room. Having a bomb threat. Watching cartoons with Mr. Burks while he subbed for Mr. Fry. Getting off of school to watch the solar eclipse. Having a tornado watch during our senior prom. The senior guys playing poker every single night. Taping Bella to the back of Mr. Fry's door. And we can't forget the countless hours spent screaming at each other during our games of Secret Hitler. Although these memories may not make us sound like the most successful class, the class of 2024 does stand out in terms of success in both academics and athletics. If I counted right, our class has earned 8 WPIAL titles and 7 state titles across multiple sports, including cheer, basketball, softball, golf, and hockey. Academically, several seniors have competed in the FBLA state competition, and 2 of our seniors here will be competing nationally this summer. We have also had a record number of students get college scholarships, as well as a record number of seniors committed to play a sport in college. So, success. Yes, I would say all the seniors here have experienced success in one way or another. I mean, after all, we have all succeeded at graduating high school, or are about to, hopefully. But success is not a static goal. It's a continuous pursuit. As we leave Neshannock and enter the next chapters of our lives, we will continue striving for success. A common misconception is that lasting success comes from believing in yourself. People think that if you believe in yourself, you can do anything. Although that sounds great, the truth is that lasting success doesn't come from just self-confidence. True and lasting success comes from 4 key elements: consistent hard work, patience, pursuing your dreams, and finding your purpose. First, consistent hard work. As Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says, success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. Consistent hard work will open up many great opportunities for you, as well as force you to develop the qualities of self-discipline. But that doesn't mean hard work will lead to quick success. So second, you need patience. Success will not always come right away, and many times you will face challenging obstacles before it is reached. Staying patient will make the reward worth it in the long run and will instill in you the quality of perseverance. Third, pursuing your dreams. When I say dreams, you may think about your dream college or your dream career, but the dreams I am referring to are even more important than a career or a school. I'm talking about the dreams of character. Character is about who you are, not just what you're going to do. As you look for true, lasting success, you need to pursue dreams of integrity and accountability in order to have great character. Having integrity will earn you both respect and trust in wherever the next chapter of your life takes you. Having accountability allows you to form authentic friendships and surround yourself with people you want to be like. And the last element is finding your purpose. By finding your purpose, I don't mean you need to have your life all mapped out. It means knowing who you are and how you were made. Having an accurate view of yourself in light of who God is and the value of other people will instill in you the character qualities of humility and selflessness. Those with true lasting success don't live their lives for themselves. They find their purpose in giving to others and being a part of something that's bigger than themselves. To pull these all together, true and lasting success will require hard work through self-discipline. It will require patience and perseverance to overcome obstacles. It will require you to pursue higher dreams, not of career, but of character, and accountability and integrity. And finally, it will require humility in discovering a purpose for your life that ultimately benefits others, not yourself. Thinking about those 24 memories, all of those ones and countless more, they're not just moments frozen in time. They're a thread that intertwines us all together. As we stand here today, preparing to go off into different parts of the world, pursuing different dreams and passions, let's carry these memories with us. Let's cherish the moments we've shared, the lessons we've learned, and the friendships we've formed. Let our high school experience lead us to a path of true, lasting success. Thank you again to everyone here tonight, and to the class of 2024. Let's have a fun summer, and I can't wait to see what all of you go off to do. As Mr. Sarver would say, so it is, so it has been, and so it will be. Congrats, class of 2024.
Thank you, Caitlin. As a former English teacher, the theme running through here tonight is not lost on me, so good job, everybody. All by accident. Dr. Meehan, as superintendent of Neshannock Township School District, the Pennsylvania Department of Education establishes standards for the award of a secondary school diploma. As principal of Neshannock High School, I certify that members of the class of 2024 have met these standards. And at this time, I recommend these students before you are presented with a Neshannock High School diploma.
Thank you, Mr. Passarelli. On behalf of the Board of School Directors, the administration, faculty, and staff, we wish the class of 24 the very best and congratulate you on this important milestone in your life. It has been our honor to serve you on your educational journey. We have high standards here at Neshannock, and you have met them. Congratulations. As superintendent of schools for the Neshannock Township School District, I respectfully and enthusiastically accept the recommendation for graduation made by the principal. Therefore, I hereby certify to all those present that every student presented this evening has attained the requirements set forth for graduation. Mr. P.J. Koppel, President of the Neshannock Township Board of School Directors, I ask that you please assist me in the distribution of diplomas to the members of this remarkable graduating class. Mr. Passarelli, please begin the roll call. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Meehan. Class Valedictorian, Caitlin Ann Fries. Class Salutatorian, Chloe Maria Malouf. The next 8 graduates will comprise the top 10 of this year's graduating class. Adam Jacob Brigham. Lawrence John Keith Jr. Juliana Eve Madur. Michael Dante Melarano. Elena Ann Noga. Sarah May Saran. Madeline Claire Ubry. Lindsay Kate Urban. DeAndre Joseph Alberico. Jenna Bassem Al-Sharif. Samantha Joy Angelucci. Patrick Hoban Argero. Adriana Page Arnold. Jacob Michael Avu. Brianna Lynn Bailey. Elizabeth Grace Baum. Anthony Joseph Bonner. Nicholas Allen Butchie. Jocelyn K. Burkett. Marcello Orlando Sarasi. Sabrina Nicole Cook. Cameron Rose Koppel. Sophia Pearl Cavelli. Angelina Jo Dantico. Our next graduate has earned the Girl Scouts Gold Award. It's the highest level of achievement in the organization. Congratulations, Parker Delaney Dayton. Dante Victor DiCristoforo. Ava Catherine DeVincentis. Carter John DeVivo. Alexa Faye Dombrowski. Rachel Elizabeth Doran. Our next graduate is to be congratulated for earning her Eagle Scout honors and designation. That is Keely Alexandra Aiken. Allison Marie Giordano. Robert George Heath. Evan Jack Hendry. Emmeline Jane Hickson. Joseph Carmen Hauk. Braden Michael Huff. Keir Michael Kalpich. Remember what Caitlin said about the family relations? Boyd Christian Kurtz. Roger Martin Quat. Lauren Elizabeth Lenhart. Abigail Elizabeth Less. Anthony Edward Less. Hunter Roger Lawrenson. Catherine Sarah Maloney. Sarah Catherine Maloney. Brian Matthew McConaughey. Abigail Josette Measle. Hannah Elizabeth Mahosik. Michael Patrick Mimo. Ian Robert Menz. Mary Elizabeth Morelli. Matthew Anthony Morelli. Samantha Christine Morelli. Jackson Anthony Mazzacco. Catherine Grace Nativio. Alexa Marie Zapata Ong. Gabrielle Ann Parad. Isabella Nicole Parad. Mia Shea Perino. Andrew Jonathan Pino. Michael Joseph Ponziani III. Jaden Elizabeth Parada. Joseph Frederick Presner. Sebastian Gabriel Darrell Rabold. Thomas Earl Rasmussen, Jr. Zane Chatty Sirhan. Aiden Nicholas Schaefer. Logan Andrew Shaner. Paige Elizabeth Jo Stewart. Haley Marie Stoner. Brooke Marie Stouffer. Isabella Renee Stroya. Sydney Elizabeth Tanner. Madison Lee Tripp. Giovanni Gregory Valentine. And Maxwell David Vital. Neshannock class of 2024, please stand and face the audience. The turning of the tassel on the graduation cap is symbolic of an individual's movement from candidate to graduate. It signifies the attainment of standards set forth, in this instance, by the Board of Directors of Neshannock Township School District and the Pennsylvania Department of Education. At this time, please turn your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side of your cap to signify your graduation from Neshannock High School. Congratulations. All right, graduates, you can be seated for a couple more minutes. It's time to exhale. Feels great, doesn't it? You are walking out of the auditorium doors tonight as graduates of Neshannock High School and walking into the doors of adulthood. Promise you, it will be great. Our deepest appreciation is extended to Matt Cusick. Your message to the graduates will resonate as they go from here to there, wherever there might be. You've shown us tonight that the there can take you anywhere. Class of 2024, it would be impossible for me to describe to you the limitless potential you possess. It is so gratifying to your teachers and all of those who played a part in your journey when they hear about your future endeavors. So please don't be a stranger. Serving as your principal has been a privilege, and I count myself very lucky. So go forth and find your peace, your joy, your contentment, and your happiness. At this time, the faculty and graduates will recess from the auditorium. The valedictorian will lead the class from the auditorium after the last teacher has recessed. Loved ones, families, well-wishers, please join the graduates in the gymnasium for the tossing of the mortar boards, pictures and selfies, and our favorite all-alumni photo. Be well, class of 2024. Congratulations.